was reading this article the other day. It was an article in a UK website. It was called "Why We Should Be Skeptical About the Benevolence of Billionaires." Now, this article was written by a UK professor, and a lot of the language from the article was pretty much copy and paste from Das Kapital. So basically, he subscribes to what we call envy economics. He's covetous of anyone with wealth. Anyone has more than him, he thinks they should have nothing. But the article talks about the coronavirus pandemic, and he describes all the billionaires who contributed, who donated money and resources, and specifically talks about Bill Gates. The conclusion that the author of this article draws is we should ask why so many lives depended on the munificence of billionaires rather than transparent, accountable, adequately funded public agencies. So his argument is that we should increase funding to public agencies because billionaires are too powerful. Public agencies, they have a different kind of power from billionaires, or we'll say corporations. We're basically talking about corporations or businesses that provide a service or a product. But a public agency, that's the government. They're legally allowed to take your money, take as much money as they want, through taxes. They can take your land, your property, civil asset forfeiture, eminent domain, and you have no legal recourse against this. A billionaire, it doesn't matter that they've got all that money. If they want to take things from you, they still have to go through the legal process. It's easier for them because they have more resources. But, the solution is not to give these public agencies more power, more money, because it's the billionaires who use them most efficiently. That doesn't give us more power. Private citizens, even billionaires, they can't just steal from us. We buy their product. We choose to buy their product or service. And we have the power to choose to buy someone else's product or service. We can even organize boycotts, if they do something we don't like, whenever we want. And there's nothing wrong with that. But a public agency could have us legally kidnapped, imprisoned, fined. They can have us legally killed. That's not something that a corporation is able to do without navigating the legal system. If a billionaire wrongs you, you can still, bring up charges against them. So the solution to a billionaire's power is not to give a public agency more power. The solution is to give the individual more power. The only way you can do that is to reinforce negative rights, to oppose positive rights. Negative rights would be the right to life, faculties, and property, the right to not be interfered with. You don't hurt people and you don't take their stuff. That's the negative rights. Positive rights would be like rights that people claim to have that require a violation of someone else's negative rights. You have to take something from someone to give it to someone else. It's a positive right. No, it's not a good thing. The way to support individual rights would be to increase our options, increase our choices. Say a billionaire is taking over this or that or wronging you. In order for you to be able to make a choice to choose a different product, they have to have competition. There has to be those other choices. And the reason there's not is because of increased regulations, occupational licensing, statutes, mandates, taxes on business, on small business. It used to confuse me that large corporations were in favor of this or that regulation. It would just, when I saw this large business backing some new regulation, some new business regulation, I'm like, that doesn't make sense. They're in business. Why are they going to make it hard on themselves? Until I realized they have the resources to survive extra regulations, extra taxes. They can absorb that, but they know that a small business cannot. And a small business is the only threat to them. A small business can make something better, make it cheaper, and become the competition. If people decide to choose a small business's solution, then eventually the large corporation will go out of business. But if they can impose regulations, it's going to stifle that small business. So we've had a third stimulus now that's focused on small business, not to mention the Paycheck Protection Program. And basically what they're doing with these things is they're offering forgivable loans. So basically it's a grant. If you spend this money the way I want, we'll give it to you. But it's just another injection of money into the economy. It may help for a little bit, but it's not gonna help these small businesses survive what they've been through. But one way that they could do that is to eliminate regulations, occupational licensing, small business taxes. These are the obstacles to small business, the red tape. This is what prevents competition for the large corporations. But if you get rid of these things, then, pretty much anybody can go into business for themselves. Anybody with an idea, with the capacity for innovation, can become competition. And the more competition you have in any business, the more the quality goes up and the price comes down. They find better ways to make a better product for cheaper because they want your business. Small businesses create competition for billionaires. They force corporations to reduce their prices and increase their quality. They give us freedom of choice. It's freedom of choice that gives us the power over billionaires.